Hello everybody, my name is Ian Godden, and I personally was a huge fan of Charlie Kirk's. And even though I personally never knew Charlie Kirk, he inspired me every single day through his podcasts and debates. Watching him boldly defend his faith showed me how important it is to stand up for what I believe. Even now in his death, his life reminds me faith is worth fighting for. One of my favorite quotes of all time by world-renowned Christian author C.S. Lewis, I'm sure many of you know him, is one that I think can sum up Charlie Kirk's legacy very well. My prayer is that when I die, all hell rejoices that I am out of the fight. This quote has been on my mind a lot this past week while thinking about Charlie Kirk, because hell is certainly rejoicing that Charlie Kirk is out of the fight right now. But we cannot give the enemy the win. We cannot cower and let those who are celebrating his death get the final say. I hope that the Lord may take what the enemy meant for evil and turn it for good. May Charlie Kirk's message, may God's message not end. It is up to us to continue this top priority mission. I encourage all of you to speak out boldly. Do not let your faith waver. Do not let adversity stop you. When praying on what to say earlier this week, the Bible story of Jesus calling Peter to walk on water spoke to me. So I'll now be turning to Matthew chapter 14, verses 22 through 33. Immediately, Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went up on a mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night, he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from land, buffeted by the waves because the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." Unfortunately, many of us Christians today don't even have the faith that Peter showed in that verse. We can't even step out of the boat to begin with. "Oh, but the boat is so comfortable. The boat is safe. I know what is going to happen to me in this boat. Sure, it's settling. Sure, I'm not fully walking into my calling that God has on my life, but I'm not willing to face the unknown." Whether it's uncomfortable or not, we all need to take that first step. Even when our brain is telling us we're going to drown, even when the devil is in our ear saying, "Oh, don't take that step of faith, it won't work out," we need to take that step. I want to refocus on Matthew chapter 14, specifically on verse 30. "But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, 'Lord, save me.'" Notice how the second Peter gets pushed back, he started to fold. But the truth is, the wind never even hit him. It says he saw the wind and started to fear. He turned his face away from Jesus, away from his destination, away from his calling, and started to fear the world around him. Now, after all that, I wanted to challenge you all with a question. When we face pushback in our day-to-day life, at our schools, at our college campuses, at our work, wherever we may be, are we going to let that fear overcome us? Or will we step out of the boat? Are we going to turn our focus away from God because we're too worried about whatever or whoever may challenge us for our faith? Will we stay silent because we're afraid of being called too religious? No matter who may mock you, think of you less than, or even go as far as to persecute you, God's calling you to better places, and we must not let anyone take that from us. Step out of the boat. I encourage you all to go out boldly, pick up the microphone where it was dropped, and fully pursue God's calling in your life. We don't all have to be Charlie Kirk, We just have to be the best version of ourselves. And most importantly, keep our eyes on Jesus and step out of the boat. Thank you.